So, neat. Can we go around this way? Or, so, fascinating stuff, a little behind the scenes of the Constitution Center and what it looks like to be part of the crew. I actually think, can I actually go through my I think a nephew of mine, I think his wife works, film works, in a similar capacity for various events, and they set up stuff. So that's a little behind the scenes. And of course there's a little gatehouse back here. Technically this is public lands, at least the outside. Even inside you can wander in and see the museum when it's open, and or you know, there's stuff in there. It's a visitors type center. There's a Ben Franklin Bridge over there. So that's the Ben Franklin Bridge. Behind these trees where that guy's doing this push-up, there's a lightning bolt that shoots down to a key, and that would be like Benjamin Franklin with a kite and key. Are we going up Race? Okay. Is Race part of that, or Market? So I'm on Race Street right now. So how exciting was that with the behind the scenes? They still have a tent up over here. Franklin Square is over here. We got American Broadcasting Company, ABC, in the house, and that's 125 West End Street, New York, New York, 10023. That's David Mears' people. So he hails, reigns from ABC, WPVI TV, Philadelphia. Wow, look at this setup. And this is how early they're setting up, because it's Saturday morning, like 8 o'clock-ish, you know. I find this interesting, you know, that nothing starts until Tuesday. Oh, neat. All right.
I want to do somewhere where I can actually see a future, get like some land, have like no taxes.
So here we are. This is Race Street. Avenue of Freedom goes up 6th Street. I didn't know there was an Avenue of Freedom. I had to seek it out metaphorically for myself. So, should we go? We'll stay on this side. But 6th Street, which runs south, is of course, oh look, the O was popped out there, National. Jolly Incorporated. It runs south 6th Street, this Avenue of Freedom or whatever. Get tickets today. That's for regular stuff. National Constitution Center. So I've been in there a few times, but you know, it's a tourist attraction, so I don't go that often. Also, it's way east of where I live. I walk everywhere for exercise. I thought about taking up running again just to get in shape, because the yoga scene has sort of floundered since the pandemic. Also, it's quite expensive, like 10 times more than it used to be. So, and for less yoga. Like they're not really teaching the yoga that I learned, so or that I practiced. So it's disheartening and everything else. But anyway. So WHYY over there. I interned at a WHYY, but it was in Delaware. It was just sort of a quick stint during like a summertime period. I was torn. I was at a point in my life where I really wanted paying work. So I'd already graduated from the University of Delaware, and I was sort of one of these people who didn't really know exactly which way to go or where to find gainful employment. And I looked through a book called, you know, What Color is Your Parachute? Or The Roads Less Traveled. And these books were available to the masses back then to help people. They probably still are at, you know, advisor offices, you know, in schools, you know, high school, college, or so forth and so on, to help people figure out like a path. I was just sort of out there, and I was still developing as a person. I grew up a little bit dissociated and really needed to find myself, kind of thing. And that's, you know, technically I grew up with divorce, desegregation, and drugs, which occurred all from the early 70s stemming through the 90s. And that's everything the onset of things that weren't happening before in Delaware. So this was all new stuff. This was all new stuff. So all of us were, in a way, we were pioneering victims of divorce, desegregation, and drugs in Delaware. So somebody has to forge the pathway, and people can learn, you know what I mean, from those who had to be the pioneers on the front end of divorce, desegregation, and drugs. Drugs were new to like suburban areas. We were down in Delaware, and like in mass, like there was an influx. Of course, there was a war on drugs during the Reagan administration of the 80s. And anyway, so we will walk further up here. This is part of the Independence Center. And they're just starting all the street closures and reassignment lanes or what have you. So these people were told to be dumb is what I heard. Hey, I just spew out what I'm told. So 76 North Street, that's like the entrance to the FBI and similar. And 76, of course, is representative of 1776, which is when, I think that's actually when the Constitution was ratified. There's a whole thing with 1776, but it's very American, you know, it's the beginning of, you know, a new America or whatever. So, I'm on the polite side of the population where I kind of don't barge out on people on purpose. If it were to happen in walking or otherwise, it would be like some sort of, you know, misperception, or I wasn't paying attention. There are people who will do it on purpose, and they would be considered at the lowest rung of a certain world of people who like to upset people on purpose and provoke them. So will the Constitution be able to fix something like that? Because most of us just know these people as jerks, or, you know, annoying. I don't know, but hearing a camera helps. Here we are, Market Street, and this is further south of the Constitution Center. It can be deceiving, like it seems, you know, this direction can sometimes seem like it's north. It's actually south. The Constitution is at the most northern point of this complex of the Independence Center. So here are all the and this is called Avenue of Our Founders. Isn't this neat? So every block, every section will have all of this. Dare I say, it's a pretty hot situation. I don't know if they've done this for other debates in other cities, but you know, Trump and Kamala are two very hot people. Kamala being, you know, I think an African-American female. I don't know if she identifies with anything else, but and of course Trump can be perceived to be